So the purpose of all the yoga processes, everything has to be to come to the platform of Bhakti Yoga. And I would like to share something from Bhagavatam. Where is that screen? Share contents. So I'm going to share something here. Where has it gone? This one. Okay. Please bear with me. Share content. So hopefully you all can see this Srimad Bhagavatam 2:116.
Say, Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna.
Wonderful. So this is very famous verse. I will read out the Sanskrit shloka translation and the purport. We will skip the word meaning, and knowing this is very helpful for us. So shloka is Etavan Sankhya Yoga Bhyam Swadharma Parinishthaya Janma Labha Parapumsam Mante Narayana Smriti. So main thing is Ante, this Ante Narayana Smriti. Can we see the last line I highlighted?
Prabhuji.
We can, yeah. This
Yes.
Ante Narayana Smriti, this is very important. So I'm going to read out the translation. The highest perfection of human life, achieved either by complete knowledge of matter and spirit, by practice of mystic powers, or by perfect discharge of occupational duty, is to remember the personality of Godhead at the end of life. That is the main purpose. So the highest perfection, what is the highest perfection of life? You can achieve either you use Jnana Yoga, complete knowledge of matter and spirit. This is Sankhya Yoga. Complete knowledge of matter and spirit is Sankhya Yoga. Here in the shloka, there is Sankhya Yoga. Etavan Sankhya Yoga Bhyam. So whether you practice Sankhya Yoga, which is knowledge, complete knowledge of matter and spirit, whether you practice mystic power, which is about Ashtanga Yoga, about which is mentioned in chapter 6, which we are talking now. So whether we practice mystic power or whether we do perfect discharge of occupational duty. Anil Prabhuji time and time again talks about Swadharma, Sanatan Dharma. This is his favorite topic. So whether we discharge perfect, whether we discharge the occupational duties perfectly, the purpose is to remember the personality of Godhead at the end of life. Ante Narayana Smritihi. That is the goal of life. The purport will make it very beautiful. I would like Surya Prabhu, could you read about up to the highlight? Oh, maybe you can't because when screen is shared, to read is difficult. I'll read. Um, Narayana is the transcendental personality of Godhead beyond the material creation. Everything that is created, sustained, and at the end annihilated is within the compass of Mahatattva, material principle, and is known as the material world. So this is saying everything that is created, sustained, and maintained, that falls within the Mahatattva. What is Mahatattva? Mahatattva is the material principle, and material world is created under material principle or under Mahatattva. So anything that is created, sustained, or maintained, and at the end is annihilated is material. And the personality of Godhead, Narayan, is beyond this material creation. I read further, the existence of Narayan or the personality of Godhead is not within the jurisdiction of Mahatattva. And so we already told Mahatattva means material principle, and within the jurisdiction of material principle, the material world is created. And Narayana is not within the jurisdiction of Mahatattva. And what happens then? What is the thing we need to know? Because Lord Narayana is not within the jurisdiction of Mahatattva, I read further. And as such, the name, form, attributes, etc. of Narayana are beyond the jurisdiction of material world. As Narayana is beyond the material world, Lord Narayan himself, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, his name, form, attributes are beyond the jurisdiction of the material world. They cannot be contaminated by anything material, and they are not material, they are purely spiritual. I read further, by the speculation of empiric philosophy, which is Sankhya Yoga, which is complete knowledge about matter and spirit, by the speculation of empiric philosophy, which discerns matter from spirit, or by cultivation of mystic powers. Mystic powers is Ashtanga Yoga, which we are studying in chapter 6, which ultimately helps the performer to reach any planet or universe or beyond the universe, or by discharge of religious duties. One can achieve the highest perfection provided one is able to reach the stage of Narayana Smriti. If we can reach the stage of Narayana Smriti, that is the highest perfection. Being able to sing a song beautifully, no devotion, that's not highest perfection. Being able to talk fluently with impressive words, that's not highest perfection. The highest perfection is being able to love Lord Narayan, Lord Krishna, and being in love with the Lord and remembering Lord Krishna, Lord Narayana all the time. That is the highest perfection, as this purport, this text says. And if we can remember Lord Narayana, Lord Krishna all the time, then the person naturally remembers Lord Krishna at the end of his life, or at the end of her life. Senior devotees, they remember, they can connect every incident, everything, every scene, every word they hear, they can connect it to Krishna. One day we were having a book distribution meeting in Hounslow. It was in a devotee's house, and the name of the road was Lee Grace, and Lee Grace Avenue is the name of the road where that house was located. Sutapa Prabhu was invited, and Sutapa Prabhu, when he began to give an introductory talk, he said, "This road is very spiritual. This reminds the grace of Lord Krishna." So one way or the other, the devotees can connect to Krishna, advanced devotees, and we try to learn from them, especially me. So the highest perfection is to come to the stage, to be able to reach the stage of Narayana Smriti. Smriti means remembrance. There is Shruti. Shruti means hearing. Smriti means remembering. So Narayana Smriti. Or Prabhupada ji says, constant remembrance of the personality of Godhead. Constant remembrance. That's what we need to achieve. We want to achieve. This is possible. Now, how is it possible? The question may come. How is it possible? We are in material world. We are busy in our day-to-day life. How is it possible? Please do not worry. The solution, Prabhupada ji gives the solution further. This is possible only by the association of pure devotees who can give a finishing touch to the transcendental activities of all jnanis, yogis or karmis in terms of prescribed duties defined in the scriptures. So a pure devotee has to come to give the finishing touch. Whether you are jnani, whether you are karmi, a pure devotee has to come to give finishing touch. There are many historical instances of achievement of spiritual perfection, such as that of the Sanakadi rishis. About them we can study in Bhagavatam. Sanakadi rishis, or the 9 celebrated Yogendras, who are known as Nava Yogendra, who attained perfection only after being situated in the devotional service of the Lord. None of the devotees of the Lord ever deviated from the path of devotional service by taking to other methods adopted by the Gyanis or the Yogis. So nobody can attain the perfection simply by being Gyani or Yogis. Everyone is anxious to achieve the highest perfection of his particular activity, and it is indicated herein that such perfection is Narayana Smriti, for which everyone must endeavor his best. In other words, life should be molded in such a manner that one is able to progressively remember the personality of Godhead in every step of life. I highly recommend you to buy this Surrender Unto Me. This book is not available in manner. You have to buy online. Or the best thing is when lockdown is over, somebody goes to India, we can ask them to get the book. This book came dramatically to me. I didn't buy this one, but in lockdown time, I had posted a message in a group. In Sankirtan group, does anybody have spare copy of Surrender Unto Me? And nobody replied. After 10 minutes, few minutes, I deleted the message. I felt very shy. I deleted the message. Then next day, I got a text message. Hare Krishna, I have the spare copy. I can give you. I'm happy to give you. It is Nirmal Prabhu, who lives in Stanmore. And I had never seen him before, Anil Prabhu, and I went to his house when they were living in bush in near Watford, not Radlett, it's other side, Borehamwood. When they were living in Borehamwood, Anil Prabhu and I went in their house. Now they moved in Stanmore. And this devotee said, I normally don't read the group messages, but that day, I don't know why, I read that message. I happened to read, and that's why this book is meant to come to you. And I went to his house. I offered Lakshmi. I didn't go inside. We were in during lockdown, and he said, somehow I read the message. Within that short time, he read the message. I had deleted afterwards, and he gave this book to me. I'm just sharing. This book came like that to me. I highly recommend everybody to read this book. This will help us to understand Prabhupada's purport very clearly, and the shlokas. It's very, very, very good book. I highly recommend. And in this book, One point mentioned is whether you follow Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, there is a danger within each processes. In Karma Yoga, one can fall into Karma Kanda or Sakam Karma Yoga, which hold us back from moving on the path of bhakti. Sakam Karma Yoga also. And it's too much. We always want result. We want to enjoy the result. That's Sakam Karma Yoga. And so that is the danger. And within Jnana Yoga, what is the danger in Jnana Yoga? This Prabhuji writes in Jnana Yoga, the desire to merge into Brahma. There is no tinge of bhakti at all. There is desire to merge into Brahma. That's the dangerous of Jnana Yoga. And then Ashtanga Yoga. What is the danger in Ashtanga Yoga? One tends to desire mystic siddhis. Ashtanga Yoga, main obstacle is mystic siddhi. You are aspiring for mystic siddhis, which is not devotional. Let me become as light as a swab of cotton. Let me fly in the air. Let me fetch apple or pomegranate from Afghanistan. These are all mystic siddhis. Let me reach the top of the house standing on the ground floor. All these are Ashtanga siddhis, and there are Himali Babas who have achieved this Ashtanga siddhis. Um, is Ashtanga siddhi wrong? No, it's not wrong. If you are practicing meditation and Ashtanga siddhis come without you aspiring, that is different, and you don't want to make a show of it, that is different. But if you practice Ashtanga Siddhi, if you practice Ashtanga Yoga, aspiring for the Ashtanga Siddhi, so that you can show off in society, in country, you can um, earn name and fame, that is wrong. So that is a trap there of Ashtanga Yoga. So we will end this screen sharing. I just wanted to share so that it is helpful for us. Is there any comment, anything to share from up to this point? Otherwise, we will move. So Nimisha Mataji has unmuted. Maybe she wants to read, and it is her turn to read 6:15. And if you have something to share, please go ahead. Anil Prabhu has also unmuted. Let me ask Anil Prabhu. Then we will come. We will swap the turn to Nimisha Mataji. Anil Prabhu, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Hare
Just wanted to know the name of the book you mentioned
Oh,
clearly.
yes. Thank you very much. Sorry. This is called Surrender. Surrender. One time. Surrender. I'm repeating so that we remember. Surrender unto me by His Holiness Bhuri Jana Prabhu. He is
Yes.
Prabhupada's disciple. I will share in the group as well. Surrender unto me.
Surrender unto me.
Yes, please.
Bhorijana Prabhuji.
Yes.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Krishnavani Mataji has this book. Krishnavani Mataji Anil. Sorry, Umapati Prabhu, they have this book. So, is there anything else, Anil Prabhuji?
Oh, it's very beautiful verse you shared, Prabhuji. Thank you very much, and you explained very clearly, so it helps.
Thank you so much. Just trying my best with my limited capacity, limited knowledge, and I seek forgiveness from Krishna if I made any mistake. Um, and I seek forgiveness from devotees. And Dipti Mataji has unmuted. If she wanted to say something, please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, thank you for sharing this. It is amazing. I just wanted to ask if I have heard right. You said that you can achieve the bhakti once the pure devotee approaches you. Was it like that?
Finishing touch, yes.
Yeah. So, what do you mean by that?
Oh, uh, practically we have seen we were lost in the world, and Prabhupada came to the West, and he turned many devotees, staunch, pure devotees appeared. All the Prabhupada's disciples. So one day, Prabhupada's disciples asked Prabhupada, did we have Agyata Sukriti? How come we become devotee? And Prabhupada said, I am your Agyata Sukriti. So pure devotee transforms persons into a pure devotee again. You could be very good professional, educated person going to work. You are nice citizen, but until and unless you come in the contact of a pure devotee, you can't become a pure devotee. And so Prabhupada's disciples again they made many other pure devotees. It's like that. Does that answer your question, Mataji?
Okay, yes, Prabhuji. Thank you.
And
I
so
don't.
finishing touch means pure devotee comes in contact with you. You approach, you ask question, tad vidhi pranipatena pariprasnena sevaya. You ask the question in a humble mood to a pure devotee, and the devotee shares the knowledge, he guides you spiritually. We don't ask pure devotee, uh, what age shall I get married? I'm giving bad example. What age shall I get married? Or whether I buy a property in Leicester or in Birmingham. We don't ask these material questions. That's a waste of time, wasting time of pure devotee. We these things we know everywhere, but we have to ask spiritual questions. So pure devotee gives the finishing touch. Until and unless pure devotee comes to your life, you can't become a devotee. And we have welcomed Srila Prabhupada at least in our lives, and we have adopted, we have tried to learn his teachings, and Srila Prabhupada's disciples as well. We listen to their lectures, and not only lectures, their kirtan even. I give one very good example. Let me tell you. One day I was sitting in temple room in Manor. Kirtan was going on. Very good kirtaniers, very good kirtaniers. But unfortunately, I didn't feel anything in my heart. I'm that fallen. I didn't feel any um, uh, bliss, blissful feeling or anything like that. I didn't have that sort of experience in my heart. And His Holiness Chandramouli Maharaj was sitting there. He was also joining that kirtan. And when Chandramouli Maharaj was requested to lead the kirtan, Maharaj started playing the kartal. Maharaj doesn't even play harmonium or mridanga. He just played kartal, started leading the kirtan. Then, oh, I felt completely transformed, blissful. So, presence of pure devotee is not even only lecture, not only a book. Their association, when we remember pure devotees, we get transformed. Would you believe? When we take the names of pure devotees, Lord Chaitanya said that I'm not concocting. Lord Chaitanya said, Rupa Goswami, Sanatan Goswami, if somebody takes your name, that person will be purified. Lord Chaitanya said. So we feel that, and lately we have remembered His Holiness Bhaktisaru Maharaj, and I feel the difference. When I glorify His Holiness Bhaktisaru Maharaj, when I remember him, I feel difference. So pure devotee can transform. Even just if you remember pure devotee, you feel different. What to speak of when you hear from pure devotee, when you ask them questions, when Bhakti Rasamrit Maharaj comes here. and lives here around for 2 months. That time everybody is so enthused, so fired up. When Maharaj goes, then finished. The spirit down, everything down. It's like a plant lacking sufficient water. Sorry, that's a long explanation. Hope this answers.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, that's brilliant. Thank you. I was thinking about initiation only you but I this is very practical.
Initiation is very good. Ultimately, that has to be our intention, if possible. If not, we have to do whatever we can. Initiation, definitely, yes. But
Thank you.
initiation is there, surrender is not there, faith is not there, shraddha is not there, it doesn't help. Initiation will be helpful only if one has unflinching faith toward Guru, Krishna, and Guru also means Siksha Guru and Diksha Guru. They don't contradict, they complement each other. We have mentors, mentor is also our Guru. They don't contradict, but they complement. When our sometimes we get the mercy through Shiksha Gurus, sometimes Diksha Gurus. Thank you so much. It's never ending. We can add, always add. There is always something is missing as you raise point of initiation. Thank you so much, Mataji. So now the turn is Nimisha Mataji, and Nimisha Mataji is going to read 6:15. And if you have something to say from the discussion so far, otherwise, please go ahead, Mataji.
Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Yeah, so the discussion was very good. Thank you very much for that. This verse 6:15. My summary is actually going into the same discussion that you were doing. So it's probably going to just back it up. So
Sure.
please allow me to recite the verse and
Yeah,
then go
sure.
through the
Please,
text.
yes, please, Mataji, please go ahead. Thank you so much.
Okay, so 6:15. युञ्जन् एव सदात्मनं योगी नित्यामनसः शान्तिं निर्वाणपरमं मत्संस्थान् अधिगच्छति. Yunjan, practicing, evam, as mentioned above, sada, constantly, atmanam, body, mind and soul, yogi, the mystic transcendentalist, niyata manasa, with the related mind, with the regulated mind, santim, peace, nirvana paramam, cessation of the material existence, mat samstham, the spiritual sky, the kingdom of God, adhikachati, does attain. Translation: thus practicing constant control of the body, mind, and activities, the mystic transcendentalist, his mind regulated, attains the kingdom of God or the abode of Krishna by cessation of material existence. Of material existence. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. The ultimate goal in practicing yoga is now clearly explained. Yoga practice is not meant for attaining any kind of material facility. It is to enable the cessation of all material existence. One who seeks an improvement in health or aspires after material perfection is no yogi according to Bhagavad Gita. Nor does cessation of material existence entail one's entering into the void, which is only a myth. There is no void anywhere within the creation of the Lord. Rather, the cessation of material existence enables one to enter into the spiritual sky, the abode of Lord. The abode of Lord is also clearly described in the Bhagavad Gita as that place where there is no need of sun, moon, or electricity. All the planets in the spiritual kingdom are self-illuminated like the sun in the material sky. The kingdom of God is everywhere, but the spiritual sky and the planets thereof are called Param Dham or superior abodes. The consummate yogi who is perfect in understanding Lord Krishna as is clearly stated herein by the Lord himself, Matchita, Matpara, Masthanam, can attain real peace and can ultimately reach his supreme abode, Krishna Loka, known as Goloka Vrindavan. In the Brahma Samhita 5.37, it is clearly stated, Goloka eva nivasati akhilatma bhuta. The Lord, although residing always in his abode called Goloka, is the all-pervading Brahmana and the localized Paramatma as well by dint of his superior spiritual energies. No one can reach the spiritual sky Vaikuntha or enter into the Lord's eternal abode, Goloka Vrindavan, without the proper understanding of Krishna and his plenary expansion Vishnu. Therefore, a person working in Krishna consciousness is perfect yogi because his mind is always absorbed in Krishna's activities. Savai mana Krishna padaravindayo. In the Vedas also, Svetasvartam Upanishada 3.8, we learn Tam eva viditvati mrityum niti. One can overcome the path of birth and death only by understanding the Supreme Personality of Godhead. In other words, perfection of the yoga system is the attainment of freedom from material existence and not some magical jugglery and gymnastic feats to be full innocent people. Hare Krishna. Shall I just go through my summary, Prabhuji, to what I've understood?
Yes, sure, Mata. Yes, please, Mataji. Please share with us.
Okay. So, Prabhuji, we were just reading Canto 3, the chapter 15. And from there, the reflection is actually coming on this purport as well. So in 3.15.7, Prabhupada has annotated that an experienced mystic yogi attains full control of sense and mind by controlling the breathing process. Therefore, controlling breathing process is not the ultimate aim of yoga, as maximum achievement is as maximum achievement. Control of sense and mind, but not actually achieving the perfection of life, Krishna Prema. So, sorry, I just couldn't read my own writing. So what I was meant to say there is, even the mystic yogi, someone who wants to control the mind and sense, he tries to control the breathing process. So for him, controlling the breathing process to ultimately achieve the control of sense and mind. So he is actually not achieving what should be the perfection of the life of Krishna Prema, because his desires are only limiting up to controlling the senses. So a person in Krishna conscious performing devotional service and keeping Krishna in the center of his daily activities, who has control over the mind and sense, has the actual benediction of the Lord, and he has no fear. In other words, one cannot attain the mercy and the benediction of the Supreme Personality Godhead until one is able to control the mind and sense. This actually, so in other words, one should divert his mind and senses towards the service of the Lord. That makes him achieve the Krishna devotional service, and eventually he gets the jnanas that he needs from the scriptures, and hopefully the Bhava Bhakti and the Prema Bhakti will follow. This actually is possible when one fully engages in Krishna conscious. He then has no desire or even the possibility to engage in the material activities. He is not afraid to serve even in hell or in heaven. Lord resides in every living entity in material world, in all three worlds, just by dint of uh, of his spiritual energy. So the word dint is used in this purport by Prabhupada is just that Lord doesn't have to even make efforts to put that energy into the material world, just by the dint of it. And the word localized is also used in here, which by Prabhupada is wanting to say that Krishna resides in this local material world in every atom. He knows everything and everyone's hearts and mind. So going back to Dipti Mataji's question, about what is is the perfect yogi and what help does he get. So for example, four Kumaras and even Durvasha Muni, who were, four Kumaras who were the Gyan Mishra Bhaktas, with their mystic power, they could travel to Vaikuntha, but only the pure devotee of the Lord, which is Tulsi Maharani, just the fragrance of Tulsi leaf, turned those Brahmanas to surrender and give up their Brahma realization. Similar thing with Durvasa Muni. Durvasa Muni was, because he offended Amrish Maharaj, he was then, the Lord Sudarshan Chakra was chasing him and he was looking for Lord to beg the forgiveness and try and come out of this terrible situation he was in. But then again, Amrish Maharaj, who was the pure devotee of the Lord, only his mercy could save him. So these are the examples coming from Bhagavatam, where how the pure devotees help. So only the Lord and his pure devotees, like self-realized spiritual masters, we can talk about Prabhupada and Prabhupada's disciples, hearing the Vedic literature from them and performing devotional service can help one to enter the eternal abode. So in Srimad Bhagavatam 3:15-25, Prabhupada explained that Brahmaji confirms only persons who have developed the desirable qualities can enter into the kingdom of God. There are 26 qualities of a devotee that one should attain to try and become achievable to go into the spiritual world. And those qualities, there are quite a few, so I won't go through all of them, but some of them are like, he needs to be kind, he does not quarrel, Krishna consciousness is the highest goal of his life. Person qualifies gradually to become liberated and achieve the kingdom of God. Hare Krishna, Prabhuji.
Thank you so much, Mataji. That is really exceptionally done very well, exceptionally well, and so wonderful. You took the reference from Srimad Bhagavatam, and your examples are excellent. Like that is the best example. Satus Kumar got purified when they smelled the fragrance of the tulsi leaf that was on the Lord's lotus feet. And another example of Ambarish Maharaj could show mercy to Durvasa Muni. He protected. That is another best example. And I also remember another very good example is, now I remember because of your examples. King Rahugan was enlightened by Jad Bharat. Jad Bharat was pretending like dumb. Everybody thought he's dumb, mad, crazy. He's not talking. He's not smart. And he was got King Rahugan got him to carry his palanquin. He was one of the four people carrying his palanquin. He was exalted devotee, but he took that menial service humbly. He didn't pretend, he didn't say, I'm a topmost devotee, I'm enlightened person. I was Bharat Maharaj in the past life, previous to previous life. I was so and so. He didn't say that. He accepted, but later he enlightened King Rahugan. Jad Bharat enlightened Rahugan, and King Rahugan asked for an apology. So that is another example. So, but your examples, excellent examples. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any comments, anything to share here? So if you have, you are muted. Please do not forget to unmute. We will see another few seconds if somebody unmutes. So nobody has unmuted. Thank you so much once again, Nimisha Mataji. That is exceptionally well, and we hope to have similar type of presentation in future.
Thank you, Prabhuji. It's all Krishna's plan actually that we were reading this chapter 15 today. So it all sort of really nicely coincided together. So it's all mercies of devotees who's reading Srimad Bhagavatam on the group. So thank you to them.
That's wonderful, Mataji. And just a news, one small update. Sundari Mataji is running late, and Dipti Mataji has asked her to join whenever she can. This is the good thing about WebEx or Zoom. Latecomers can join. If it was WhatsApp, we have to end the call and again restart the call, selecting the person. There is a chance of missing one devotee when we select manually. We may miss somebody. Okay, this is good.
I'm really sorry. Just giving a reminder, it's coming to 8:15 now, Prabhuji.
That's good. Yeah, it's very good. That's very good reminder. Um, Next is 617 is by Dipti Mataji. We will end this call and I will start another session. And please follow the second link.